Ooh, good morning, San Francisco.
Today's episode is sponsored by Big Shoes. Put them up.
Big shoes. In case your shoes are just too little.
Or you just need a little more support. I don't know.
Like if you're a big-breasted lady.
If you're an obese man and you need some more surface area to spread all that fat around.
Yes. Today we're sharing one mic.
I was about to say, we are sharing one mic because technical difficulties do happen. And nothing...
And for us, they happen once a week.
Quite a lot. We just got frustrated with GarageBand. Nothing wrong with this bad boy, just one of the cords stopped working. So thank God it's not the mic, because Mama can't afford that. But we're going to get a new cord. That's on my to-do list.
Yes.
We got a lot of things going on the to-do list. We just said the tiles are looking rough. We were supposed to redo this room during Christmas. And it just didn't happen because people are busy. And the holidays are busy. But now I'm not busy. So I'm here to talk to you.
I'm busy.
I am busy. I don't have time to talk. But I'm here to talk to you, the viewers.
Belle, let's talk.
I think we already missed that.
Does that happen? I thought it was in
I thought it happened in November.
I thought it was February. I don't know because normally at Western they like hand out hats.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's all where all your tuition money's going.
Yeah.
Hats.
So my tuition's cheaper at Fanshawe. We don't have hats.
So I lost my student card. The fee now, in September it used to be $10, now it's $25.
I wonder if Western was $30.
So they're probably competing with Western.
Everything's a competition nowadays.
God damn. Carissa, the one girl, was like, I just cried and they gave me a free one.
Oh. That's how I got an electric toothbrush from my dentist.
You cried? Did you?
Yes, ma'am. It wasn't like a full-on cry.
But it was like a moment where you're like,
it was like
I'm not doing well.
It was a few years ago, actually. It might have been in grade 12 or like Vic Lab or something. Mm-hmm. And she was like, because I have cavity-prone teeth. Mm-hmm. So she was like, you really need an electric toothbrush. And I was like, lady.
Like, you could tell me that all you want. I can't afford it.
I was like, I can't afford it. Like, genuinely. So she was like, I'll be right back. She was like, don't tell anyone.
Aww.
She's like, well, here you go. Like,
that's so nice.
Like, thank you so much.
You can definitely tell the difference between a rich-ass kid who's like, I can't afford it. And then a kid who's like, I cannot. Like, they actually get it. They're like, okay.
My dentist, I love her.
She sounds great. From things I've heard, she sounds really good.
I had a bit of a crush on her in high school.
Oh!
But her and her husband, who is fine. Yeah.
And he's a dentist?
They bought the practice together. So his name is like something Stewart, and hers is Baby, and so now it's Stewart, Baby, and Dentistry. Like,
my dentists are a couple, too. Power couple.
That's the kind of life I want to live.
Power cleaning. Teeth cleaning. They do it together. It's actually cute. They come in and, like, one will look at the teeth or the other will look at the teeth, and then they're like, she's good. I'm like, did you guys have sex before you came here? I need to know.
I don't know if I have ever told this story on the podcast, but I have a porcelain tooth. My front left tooth here, this one, is porcelain. And when I went to, when you get it done, they, like, shave down the base of your tooth so that this one can fit on it. And so I had this little nub. And,
this little nug.
Speaking of.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
So I had this little nub, and she goes to put the tooth in. And I'm, like, laying down. And she's like, oh, no. And I'm like, what?
What do you see?
She's like, this does not fit. And then she calls her husband over. And, like, it's funny because, like, you could tell that they were, like, husband and wife. She was like, look at this. What do you think of this? And he was like, oh, no.
Who did that? How do you even fuck that up? Like, they take specific measurements and all that shit for it.
Well, the thing is, you're supposed to go in for, like, a fitting. She was like, didn't he call you? And I was like,
no.
No?
Y'all supposed to get this shit fitted?
Yeah. So then I was like, she was like, okay. She's like, put the tooth in a box. And she was like, go back to the place quickly, have him reshape it, come back, we can probably squeeze you in.
Damn, she's cool.
Yeah, so she ended up, like, staying a little bit later.
Oh!
But she was like, and she understands because I'm big on, like, money and shit. She was like, you're paying $2,500 for this tooth. You're gonna have it for the rest of your life.
You need to have it fitted well.
Yeah, so I just have this big fucking one
it's like,
tooth.
Fuck. We love you, girl. What's her name?
Lori.
Ha, she would be. Mm-hmm. I trust a Lori. One of my teachers' name is Lori, and
she's Asian.
Oh, excuse me. She's very homey. When she's speaking, you're like,
And she likes me too, though. Like, every time one of my sisters go in, they're like, how's Ashley?
Oh!
I haven't been in so long, though.
They worry. They're like, is she dead? She hasn't been here.
I've gotten, like, 4 texts being like, you are overdue for your checkup. And I was like,
I can't afford it. Because you have to pay them, right, when you go the next time?
Well, you go in for, like, your cleaning. But then they say, oh, it looks like I always have a cavity. Oh, it looks like you might have a cavity.
Oh, yeah.
So then they have to order x-rays, and then they do the fluoride, and then it all adds up, and then you have to book another appointment to get your cavity fixed, and it ends up being $600. That's not their fault.
And it's like, you don't even realize, like, obviously dental hygiene is important, but, like, when you're our age and you don't really care about your teeth, you're like, why is it $600? I don't care. I won't go. And then when it's 20 years later, you're like, fuck, I should have gone to the dentist.
Teeth are falling out. You're paying $20,000 for veneers.
Yeah, fuck.
I know. I was just telling Carly, actually, that I just started using my electric toothbrush again.
Not just for toothbrushing.
It dies, and... No, I just bought a new vibrator.
No, I have a vibrator, honey. I'm not that ghetto.
I just bought a new one. Really powerful. Like, it was like...
It's like a bullet. Like, if we put it on the table right now, it would just fly off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it would totally just... It would take off.
It would take wind. Take flight.
It would take flight.
Take
for
wind.
Sure.
Pass wind.
Pass wind. Pass away.
Castaway.
Oh.
With Tom Hanks. That's a good-ass movie.
Did we watch that in, like, grade, like, 10?
Yeah, when he talks to, like, the coconut. He makes a face of the coconut. Or, no, it's like a basketball.
It's his volleyball.
The volleyball.
Wilson!
Oh, I love Tom Hanks. He was at the, what the fuck awards were on last night? Not the Grammys, not the Oscars. It was, like, the Tonys or something like that. He was there. And he didn't win for Mr. Robinson, the movie. Like, Welcome to the Neighborhood. Whatever that's called.
Did he play that?
He was him.
Oh.
Brad Pitt won. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the fucking movie he was watching.
I heard it was good, though, man.
Bro, it's 3 hours. I don't have time.
I'll watch it. Hubert wants me to watch it.
I feel like at the end of every movie of Quentin Tarantino, I'm like, okay. That was a lot of explosions.
And, like, excessive blood.
Yeah. I'm like,
in, like, that comedy way.
Yeah. You're like, alright, I've seen it before.
Huh. I still enjoyed it.
You didn't see it. You haven't seen it.
Like, no, like, Quentin Tarantino, like, I just watched Kill Bill for the first time. Which I could have sworn I'd seen, but...
What's her name?
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman! What a fucking good name. Hey, Uma!
It means one in Spanish.
She's the only one.
She's pretty sick. I get the hype now. I didn't know what she was... Like, I didn't know what she did. Uma Thurman. Like, because everyone's like...
Kill Bill was, like, her big thing. Like, Uma Thurman!
And I was like...
Maybe in the back in the day.
Who?
Actually, she still looks pretty good.
She's hot. And she crushes it in that movie. They do a fine job.
You did a fine job, kid. Tell them about the nug.
Oh, yeah. We just went to the reserve to pick up some weed. And I got a couple grams of papaya punch.
Now, let me say that one again for you. Papaya punch.
That's good.
That was
which I get all the time, but it was, like, this older man who, like, is there, and he just doesn't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck, man. Right when you walk in, he's like, how's it going? And I don't know if it's, like, just towards us or towards everyone.
I feel like it's for everyone, but, like, so it's, like, they have it in jars, and then they have each gram, like, individually packaged in the back, and he gave it to me, and it was, like, fucking 2 little baggies of dust.
It's just dust, buddy. Like,
and I don't have enough balls to be like, can you get me a different... I, like, looked at it.
It's tough with weed, too.
I paid him, and then he brought it over, and he's like, there you go. And it's like, thanks. I just, like, looked at it. And I was like, all right.
No. It almost feels, like, weirder with weed to be like, there's not enough. Like, can you weigh this? Whereas, like, at a restaurant or something, you're like, hey, I asked for this, and this is not it. Like, you feel less weird about doing, like, saying something.
Yeah.
But when it's weed, you're like, I'll take what I can get.
Like, it looks like he just gave me an old badge.
Yeah, but so annoying. You're like, bro, you know I've been coming here all the time.
I know, we're regulars.
I'm a regular there.
Like, I get that, like, I'm a little white girl, but...
Girl.
I'm still a customer.
I'm still a... Every white girl? Like, I'm still a customer.
Like, can I get a box?
Like... They were really bad, though. I've never seen them that bad. It was just bags of dust. Sand. Like, when people bring back sand from vacations and you're like,
he sold me oregano.
you sold me an herb.
I bet you I'll probably, like, normally I can get a
like
full...
2 joints?
A full joint out of 1 gram.
Joint? Yeah.
I bet you'll only get 1 joint out of those 2 grams.
Fucking ridiculous. And they don't care. They're like, bye.
I know.
There's no regulation. There's no, like, well, if this happens, I get to speak to your manager.
I would do that, though.
Let me speak to your manager. She turns around. She's like, I'm right here.
If I said, let me speak to your manager, it's because I know that manager and I want to kiki.
I'm not trying to get no one in kai.
I'm looking to kai.
I am looking to kai, though.
Just finished my period. Woohoo!
Hell yeah. I can't complain. My periods are only like 3 days, so like.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, and I
this one was bad.
You're off birth control.
I recently stopped taking birth control. I was having some issues with my libido.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just fucking, like, and I'm sure this happens for a lot of girls, but maybe any of you listeners, if you relate. But, like, when I'm on birth control, because my periods are so bad. Like, the pain is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The flow is ridiculous. Like,
getting sick.
Like, everything is just horrible.
Yeah, I've only had, like, cramps. I've never, like, thrown up. I've had headaches and all that shit, but, like, I've never had bad cramps.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun. I was describing it to Hubert, and he was like, oh.
Yeah, but the guys have no fucking...
No, I explained it as, like, okay, have you ever been, like, let's say you're sick and you have, like, diarrhea or something, or, like, you know that feeling you get when you're, like, maybe you're in, like, a conversation, you're doing something where you can't really get to the bathroom,
and you're, like...
and your stomach, like, cramps up, you start to sweat.
Oh, my God,
and
everything...
You're cold, but you're sweating, your asshole feels like it's about to, like, explode.
Oh, my God,
you know
people
that,
are talking to you, and you're like, I can't hear a word you're saying.
You know that pain?
I'm
like,
sweating.
It's like that.
It's diarrhea cramps, essentially.
Times 5.
Yeah, like, just never ending and, like, turning constantly, and you're like...
And your lower back and your legs... And then your head hurts, and then you feel like you're going to throw up.
It's just everything at once. I was thinking about that today. We were sitting, like, post-conference in clinical, and I was... I don't know why I thought of it. I was like, what if I just magged right now? Like, that feeling you get where you're like, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm so ashamed. Like, what do I do? Like,
I know.
It's that feeling where you're like, I need to get to the bathroom right now. Even if you're not going to shit yourself because it's your period, which sometimes happens. You get diarrhea on your period, heavy.
Diarrhea or constipation.
Diarrhea, constipation. You could get either or. And it sucks when you're not, like, you don't have your period yet, and you're like... What are the symptoms of pregnancy? And they're like, oh, the exact same symptoms as before you get your period. So
I haven't had that. I don't ever, like, think to myself, maybe I'm pregnant.
Well, there's one time, like, 2 weeks ago where, like, Ben, like, didn't pull out quick enough or whatever. And he was just like... But it was fast enough. He was just, like, just caught the time. And
Yeah.
I was like, it's fine. I'm not worried. And he's like, oh, my God. Like, can you stand up? Let's check.
Me and Hubert, I'm like, just so you know... Like, God forbid, if I get pregnant, I'm getting an abortion.
Yeah, like, I'm not... It's not a discussion.
And we, like, high five.
Hell yeah!
Not that I... Like, that would suck. I don't want to get one.
It sounds like such a quick fix, which it kind of is, but it's not.
Painful.
It's painful. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. The whole thing is just, like... And you think it would be such an easy thing? Like, it's kind of like being like... Oh, if I got in a car crash, like, I just go to the DMV, whatever.
No,
like,
it ruins your life, man.
You get in a car crash and you're like, oh my God, this ruined my day, this ruined my week, I gotta go to the collision center.
Ruined your week. Insurance might not cover it all, then you gotta pay for damages, then your insurance goes up.
Guys, on the big snowstorm day on Saturday, I was at work, I went outside to catch a bus, and this fucking idiot, one guy was turning left, like a young guy, and he was waiting for all the traffic. Some idiot, the snow's like 15 centimeters high, he just barreled on through and, like, tried to slow down at the last minute, and just, and the young guy got out, and he was like, hello? And I felt so bad. I'm like, this guy's day is ruined, like, for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the phone, probably with his mom, like, just pay attention. And I liked that it was an older guy hitting a younger guy. I was like, yeah, fucking you pay attention, bitch!
Yeah, the older guy try to blame it on the younger guy.
Mm-hmm. No. The older guy kind of got out and was like, it was all very casual. Like, if someone hit me, rear-ended me, I would have jumped out and been like, what the fuck? Like, he just casually
I don't think so, though. The thing is, when you get hit like that, you're stunned. Like, when I
got hit.
Like, when I got rear-ended, it wasn't even, like, a big rear end.
You're
Like,
like,
I literally remember getting, like, thrown forward and being like, excuse me? I was literally just, like, shocked. I was like,
me?
I was like, did that just happen?
Me. Yeah, so that's shit.
Mine wasn't any damages, thank God, though.
His was bad. His full taillight came off. Cars were running over it. Like, and when it's snowing like that, things are just a mess. Like, things just go up in the air. You're like, I'm not going out. I can't do that today. Like, we can't go there. They're closed. Like, I just felt so bad. Because now you got to go home with no, like, the front end of the other van was, like, taken off. All the pieces were on the road, and people are just trying to get through. They're like, fuck it. Like, boom, 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 boom.
On Adelaide?
Adelaide's a bad street, too. Like, pretty busy, pretty tight. Like,
it's always, yeah.
Shops come up really quick. You're turning left really quick. Like, yeah, it's bad. People are biking. Some poor guy in the middle of that snowstorm was biking.
Oof.
You can't, it's like biking in sand. You can't do that.
Yikes.
Fuck.
I don't even bike when it's like
a summer day.
Suboptimal temperatures.
It's a beautiful day. You're like, nah.
Like, it's far too beautiful to be biking.
Ben was going to go skiing in Bowler today, which would be a beautiful day for it. And they canceled. Which I would like to do some winter activities.
Yeah, there's some days where I'm like, ooh.
I could ski. Keep in mind, I've never set foot in a ski. I don't know how to ski.
Neither do I.
And he's like, it's just like pretty easy. You just kind of go in and out. Pizza, and something else. Pizza. That's how you remember.
And vagina.
Pizza and vagina. Guys. There is hope out there for us old women when we get old. Our vaginas might still be tight. Today at Clinical, I was helping a 79-year-old woman. She had a catheter in, and we were trying to put some cream on her coochie. That shit was tight. And I was like, pretty good. Keep in mind, she hasn't had kids. It was so funny. The nurse was like, have you had kids? Like, as we were trying to pry it open. She's like, no. And she was like, there we go.
That makes
it was
sense.
Fucking tight. Which is, just keep in mind.
I want my vagina to be tight.
I know. We were talking about menopause today, and Aaron was like, so once you lose all your estrogen, you stop producing all this estrogen, your vagina gets dry, your bladder may drop. Like, she was like, I'm going to stop. Because it's mainly girls, and we were all like...
Man, they don't tell you that
shit
when you're young.
We were like, she was like, so what are some symptoms of menopause? We were like, hot flashes. She was like, those are the least of your worries, ladies. We were like, ah! Scary.
My mom bled for like 2 years straight.
Yeah, menopause is ass. Like, people, they kind of brush over it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it'll be alright, you just get old. And then the women are like, where's the help? Like, where's the education?
They don't tell you jack shit.
Also, some people are so uneducated on, like, not their fault. Well, sometimes it's their fault, but, like, just eating right and being healthy. Like, today, so the patient who was in stopped taking her blood sugar for 2 weeks. She has to take it every day. And she lost her glucometer, and she was like, I'm not worried about it. And then she came in with, like, diabetic ketoacidosis.
Damn.
And, they were kind of like, this is your own fault. And so someone today was coming in to educate her on diabetes. It was like a diabetic educator.
Yikes.
I'm like, you're sitting this 80-year-old woman down and being like, this is how you take care of your body. Which is, like, there's so many factors. You can't be like, oh, it's her fault. But, like...
I know.
Sometimes you're like... You're so, like, not her, it wasn't her fault, but some patients are just so dumb. You're like, why did you take this medication? Like, you know you're not supposed to. They're like, it was there. And you're like, It's crazy.
It's wild. I think it was, like, 10% of all drug-related, emergency room entries are because people just aren't taking it right. 10%.
God damn, y'all. Also, the fact that some people, like, waste people's time. Like, there's a lot of drug addicts that come in to come get free drugs in Emerge. They'll be like, I have a headache. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. You're wasting everyone's time. Same thing with drug addicts. I was getting so heated. It seems like such simple knowledge. Aaron was like, the reason all these drug addicts come in and, like, get all fucked up because they have all these infections because of their IVs and, like, injecting whatever, is, like, they have trauma they've repressed for the most part, and that's why they're taking drugs. And then when they're in the hospital, they don't really care about that. They care about the physical. And then they send them back out, and they still have the mental issues that they don't fix. And then they come back in the hospital, and everyone's mad at them because they're there again. And then it's, like, seems like such a simple concept. You're like, start working on mental health. But, like, no one does.
I know. But then it's also, like, how do you admit a drug addict? Like, you need their permission.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
my
like,
God. There's so many things.
You can't get it. Like, how easy is it going to be to get a drug addict to, like, be like, yes, I want to do this? Like, that's so hard.
Yeah. There's so many, like, roadblocks. Even, like, with restraints. Like, there's a physical client today, and, like, with restraints, you need the family's permission. Like, you can't just restrain them, even if they're biting you. So we had to call the family who wasn't answering. And then you need their permission. She was like, yes, do whatever. We're like, freeze! We pin her on the ground.
Shoot her with a fucking dart.
With an animal tranquilizer. Like,
and an 80-year-old woman hits her right in the forehead.
She catches it right before it goes. We're like, God damn!
She's like,
we're
with
shaking.
The restraints, it's like...
She was trying. She was like, too tight! We were like, no!
That's the point,
That's the point, bitch! Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Crazy lady.
People are crazy. Some guy came in with a... Oh my god, that's...
I know, I didn't change the
Gives
sound.
me anxiety. That's
Sorry.
okay. Some guy came in with 3 stab wounds on his ass cheek. So you know the person who stabbed him didn't want him to die. They wanted that to be a lesson.
Did you hear the story of...
No, because it's so annoying when you sit in, like, the conference, like, everyone tells what they did that day, but you can't tell what happened or, like... Because that's, like, confidential information. So someone will just be like, saw a stab wound in the ass. We're all like...
Thrice.
3 times. And Erin was like, yikes. Ouch. She's funny.
Oh, man.
You just see a lot of stuff.
Crazy.
And I get so, like, obviously I think our generation is very environmentally involved. So, like, everything there is single use, which, like, fucks me up. She'll use a syringe for 2 seconds. She's like, garbage. A plastic medicine cup, garbage. Right away. Garbage. Garbage.
You have to, though.
For everything. I know. I'm like... I just can't wait for there to be, like, a day when there's, like, disposable plastic, like, biodegradable. I've read something about a woman somewhere, some scientist, she made her own plastic out of, like, fish scales and something like that. Ooh. That can, decompose within, like, 6 weeks.
I mean, if you read the shit that, like,
people are
scientists doing, like, blows my mind.
I'm like, why are we pumping this shit out?
Like, clean energy's ready to go.
Like, well, just give us a minute.
Ready to go.
And then it takes so many, like, steps of, like, qualifications and all this stuff. It has to go through all these regulations, and you're like, why is it taking so long?
I know. It's like, obviously you want to be regulated, but, like...
Obviously, it just takes so long. But in the grand scheme of things, think about how long humans have, like, evolved and it took to, like, get to point A to B.
Well, yeah, like, shit was just coming up in, like, the 40s. That was, like 2 seconds ago.
Chris, on the way home today, was like, do you think our ancestors were better acclimated to cold weather? And I was like, yes. They didn't have heat. They didn't have, like, access to coats, like, winter gear. They
just sat in their huts with their fires.
Yeah, like, they made it work. I'm like, we're sitting here.
I'm sure they didn't have fun.
I'm so grateful we are alive right now. I mean, when you were that age, or way back then, you wouldn't have known what we have now, but, like, I would have been sitting around in the igloo being like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing? So... Not about it. Medieval times, I always go back to that. People flinging shit over the rails.
Oh, no, thank you.
I'm out.
No,
Gangrene. Scurvy?
Which is still around sometimes. Man.
I've had my citrus today.
Man, your 5-year-old has chicken pox, and they're dead.
That's cooked. You're born with a birth defect. Tossed.
Tossed.
Just tossed. Where was the maternal values?
Well.
Like in the Roman Catholic times?
When you have 10 children...
10 toes, 10 fingies, and 1 pee-pee. Good to go.
10-10-1 test.
10-10-1. No, that's scary.
10-10-1.
Even think about, like, the things we struggle with. Vision. I would have been blind from 7 years old.
Yeah.
Like, blind. Like, all my life being like, what? And then, boom, next thing you know, I'm dead. I would have been interesting to see.
Hit by a horse and
carried. Hit by a horse. I'd love that.
Okay, I gotta switch it.
Drop a comment down below as to what your worst time period to live in would be. If anyone wants to comment. It's just us commenting.
We've only ever had 1 comment. And still we're like...
It's like Julia being like, yeah! Matt commented the one time. Oh. Julia commented, or Matt commented the one time being like, Tinder in Strathroy?
Yeah.
It's dead.
I had a dream about him the other day.
Matt?
Yeah.
He works at,
Matt Berry, shout out. You were in my dream.
He posted, like, a story of, like, where he worked, and it's, like, that red rhino, and I was like, where the fuck do I know that from? It's off of Springbank, almost downtown, right beside Bud Gardens. It's, like, this big building. Not Bud Gardens, the Bud plant, like, where they make the beer.
Yeah.
And, like, it's, like, this big, I don't know if it's, like, an IT place, but it looks really nice. And I was like, oh, there it is. Looks very professional. Shout out.
He reminds me of the bad guy in AJ. So I started
Mark Zuckerberg?
So I started If I ever say the bad guy, I'm referring to Jeff Bezos. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Jot that down.
Okay.
Jot that down.
Jeff Bezos.
I know I said Bezos.
Bozo.
No, I started watching AJ and the Queen starring RuPaul on Netflix.
And who's AJ?
Izzy G, I think it's her name.
And isn't it funny that AJ came out the year I get AJ?
Age? Who would have thought?
Okay, so you were watching.
Actually, like, a phenomenal show. I was not sure what to expect. Like, there's, like, cheesy moments, and, like, it starts off, you're not, like, really sure where it's gonna go, but it's, like, a really, like, well-produced, high-budget,
because Ru's got that money now. He's got that RuPaul money. He's
high-budget
blow
show.
it up.
High-budget show.
That's good, because when you look at the poster, you're looking a little hokey-pokey. That's Alyssa. It looks a little like a gag, like a stupid, like, show.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like, this isn't gonna be good. I'm like, it's called AJ and the Queen.
Like, you know those Canadian shows where you're like, this was shot on a Canadian set.
Yeah.
You could just tell, like, Life with Derek. You knew that was in Toronto, girl. You knew. So that's what I kind of got from that vibe, was like,
yeah,
just whatever, like a thrown together show.
That's what I did too, but I started, like, on Instagram and everything, so I follow a lot of, like, queens, and they were like, oh, like, actually check this out, like, it's so
Damn.
good. And they're all in it too, but it's nice because they're actually getting, like, it's nice to see, like, drag queens getting paid for their work and, like, everything, because it's RuPaul, right? And he didn't, I thought he wrote the show, but he didn't.
No.
Someone else wrote the show. And
maybe they figured, like, RuPaul is hot right now, let's write a show and get him to star in it.
Well, he's the perfect.
He's so perfect.
So check it out. I won't say anything, because you'll get the gist of it, but it's a really good show. But the bad guy, so, like, the gist of it is RuPaul and his boyfriend, he's, like, a business partner.
Is it his actual husband in real life?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't know
that would have been cute.
Like. But he's, like, this young, hot, sexy guy, and he's in business, and he's, like, he reminds me of Matt Berry so much, and he grifts him, so he, like, pretends to, like, fall in love with him, and then steals all his money, and then the reason he's, like, doing it is because, like, this woman with an eye patch, her name's Lady Danger. It sounds...
You're not gonna ask about this?
It sounds a little cheesy, but, like, there's cheesy aspects to it, which is, like, what makes, like, the heartfelt so nice.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, oh, like, it really is.
Yeah.
But, she kind of, like, grooms him and, like, blackmails him, so it's, like, one of the reasons. But, like, he actually did fall in love with Rue's character. So you're like, aw.
He did.
And he has, like, these really, like, genuine moments. But then he doesn't. And
yeah.
it's just very bad. Like, it's just very bad Barry to
what
be,
do
like,
I trust?
Douchey, but then really genuine.
God.
So I don't know if you guys have ever talked to him.
Have you ever met him?
Sorry, I'm fully just throwing his name out there.
I don't care.
Sorry, bud.
I don't care. Sometimes you're talking to him and you're like, oh my god, you're real. Like, this is really real right now. Well, and then other times someone will, like, say something he said and you're like, oh, he's full of horse shit.
Yeah, because we had a rough go in high school. We both, like, hated each other.
Uh-huh.
So I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Because he knows that I hated him and I know he hated me, so it's cool.
Like, why would he hate you, though? You know?
I was a bitch.
But, like, with reason.
With reason.
Because he was an asshole.
It's true. With reason. Know?
And he would agree.
Yeah.
I'd say he would agree.
He's apologized
I think he's in a good place
for the way...
I mean, I haven't talked to him in a long time, but,
people grow. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in, like, months, but...
I think he's doing well for himself. Good for you, Matt.
People grow, people change.
Shout out, Matt.
Shout out.
Also, high school was ass, so, like, we all just, you know, kind of got through
Everyone's doing their own thing.
I think right now is probably the best time period I've ever had in my life. Like, this age.
Oh, yeah.
Age.
And they always say it, too, like, the older you get, the more... Like, I find, like, I've already, like, changed so much from, like, last year.
Oh, my God, yeah. From, like, September.
Well, I get, like... You know, like, you get, like, a Snapchat memory, and I'm like, I feel like a different person.
So different. I agree.
Like, I would say more mature and shit, and... I'm in, like, a relationship.
Yeah, what the hell?
With someone who actually, like, really likes me.
Listen.
For those listening at home, those are the sound of Chunky shoes clapping together, because she's so excited.
Yo.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay. Very excited.
It's fun, though.
How does it feel to have a boo? It's fucking weird, eh?
It's weird.
It's weird to say my boyfriend.
Yeah, like, saying it out loud is, like...
saying it without being ironic.
Yeah. Because normally I'm like, my boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
No,
but it's nice.
I have a boyfriend. And he's I'm sure I've said, but he's a pilot. Today he flew solo. So I was really...
Do the feelers.
I'm really proud of... They're not feelers, you...
Sorry, She's clapping now. Yeah, make it clap.
That was actually my ass cheeks clapping together. I look like ass right now.
So do I. We're going to the gym soon.
We're going to the gym.
Guys, we're getting in the groove of things. I hate us.
I've actually been, like...
Each week, we gonna do better. Because, listen, we've gotten into the second semester of this term, or this year, and, I haven't done shit, I'll admit. Fuck, I'm just coasting.
I haven't done anything.
I just keep going to class, and people are like, did you do that thing? And I'll just do whatever needs to be done the next day.
Man, I keep hearing... So, like, did you hand that in? Well, like, what'd you get? And I was like, you're already getting marks back.
Y'all got marks back?
I was like, I haven't handed anything in.
There's an assignment due next month. It's like you track what you've eaten for a nutrition class for 3 days. You track everything you've eaten. You put in every nutritional value. You calculate what the iron is and everything, which sounds like a lot. But I'm not worried about it till February.
I wouldn't worry about that either.
So some girl was like, hey, what do we do for this? And then some girl commented on it, and she was like, oh, I did it a couple weeks ago. I'll send it to you.
Oh,
and I was like, whoa.
You gotta remember, too, though, because usually, not always, because some people really are just on top of things, but, like, usually, like, there's so many kids that are in, like, these programs that don't have jobs. They have the time to, like, sit down and, like, working lately has fucked me up.
You've been working a lot.
So I have my Tuesdays and Thursdays completely off. So, like, I don't, today's, Tuesday, for those of you who don't know, but today's Tuesday and I didn't work today, but, like, last week and the week before, like, I was working 11 to close on the Tuesday, 11 to close on the Thursday, 11 to close on the Saturday. Like, I've just been so busy. And then in between that, like, trying to go to the gym, getting some work done, like, seeing my boyfriend, like, it's been a lot.
It just fucking piles up.
I'm exhausted.
Once you add that boyfriend factor in too, it's exhausting, especially in the beginning, because you're trying to be the best self for that person.
Yeah.
So then when you see them, you're like, hi, how are you? They leave and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
It'll be nice once you get, not that you're not comfortable now, but, like, you're comfortable, where, like, you don't even have to talk when you see each other. You can just, like, do your own thing. You're, like, come and go as you please.
Yeah, because we're both so busy now that, like, when we do see each other, it's... You want to spend a lot of time together.
Yeah. I find that with Ben, like, I'll be like, just come over, I'll do schoolwork while we hang out, and, like, I'll get both things done while we do it. And then halfway through, I'm like, I haven't even opened my book. Like, we're just chatting.
Yeah.
Which isn't either farts, either of our faults. You're just vibing.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
And then you want to have sex.
And then
like a whole
the problem is,
time.
before we have sex, like, we usually have sex and then we shower, because, like, we're both gross.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes we'll shower and then we're like, just showered. But then you just have sex anyways, and then you're like, fuck, we gotta shower again. Maybe we'll have sex again. Depends on how long it is. Sometimes he can go for like 45 minutes.
Damn.
Like, if he wants to. Other times, like, if we're in a rush, he'll be like 10. Like, we were having sex one time, and we had to be somewhere, and, like, we were fucking, and he was like, what time is it? And I was like, whatever time it was, and he's like, we've got time. And he went a little bit longer, and I was like, how do guys do that? Like, just couldn't, I guess, controlling your stroke. But
we've been using my vibrator a lot lately too.
It's fun.
So it's been faster, but it's been more intense.
Oh!
It's been, like, really good.
I love sex. It's such an underappreciated topic. Everyone talks about it, so why don't we have open forums about it and all this shit? Why don't we talk about it more? Why isn't it weird to be like? Why is it weird to come in and be like, "Yo, he beat it up yesterday," and everyone's like, "Nice."
It can get personal, because, like, if you start, like, visualize, like, if you get too detailed and you're, like, visualizing it and you're like, this is an inappropriate time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, other than that,
like,
depends where you are.
When I was pulling that lady's vagina back, I was like, I can't picture someone beating this up. You know what I mean? It's uncomfortable.
Damn.
She is 80. She's like, oh, they beat it up.
and I intend to.
And I intend to beat that up. Now move over. Let me put some vaginal cream on you.
Huber made a comment the other day that was, like, about something about vaginas, but, like, it was, like, in a joking way, and I went, ew. And he was like, shut up, you like it too. And I was like, you got me there?
All right.
You got me there?
All right. Vaginas are kind of gross.
Yeah. So are dicks.
They are, but they're easier to clean. You know? You open up a vagina flap and you're like, I've got fluff in there from the sweatpants I was wearing without underwear.
I wear underwear.
I don't always wear underwear because you need to let the hoo-ha breathe.
Yeah, at night.
So, yeah, sometimes you get little fluffs in there, like...
Just give it a wipe.
Just, like, build-up of, like, whatever your vagina's clearing out. You ever get, like, just a random drop-off from your vagina? It's like, here you go. Just liquid. And you're like, what was that?
All the time,
Just discharge?
Girl. All the time.
And you're like, said something to Ben the other day. I was like, if a girl calls another girl, they're not close. He was like, no? I was like, I would never call Ash girl. Oh my god, girl? No, unless it was joking.
Unless I was like, girl.
Like, thanks, girl. I would do that to someone I don't like it. I feel weird about it. I feel like I would say that to someone in my class.
Yeah, sometimes I say, like, hey, girly, to, like, someone I've just met on Tinder. That's it.
Well, you're not on Tinder anymore.
I deleted it.
She deleted it.
Because I'm in a relationship.
It feels freeing.
So this is the first time I've ever deleted Tinder. Isn't that crazy?
It is kind of fun just to see who's here and what's popping. But after you get a boo, you're like, obviously you don't need it anymore. You're like, I'm not interested. I don't care.
Yeah, like I was getting notifications and I was like,
you're like,
bye.
Please go away. I don't care. It's such a good feeling.
I know. I was like, there's no one that, like, would message me that I'd be like, I need to stop this relationship.
What about Riri?
Well,
Rihanna's different, man. Rihanna dropped the album. Ari Lennox posted, like, a live video, and she was like, she doesn't even talk. I don't know if she talks to Rihanna, but, like, it's not like she's on the album or whatever. She was like, Rihanna's album is coming. Stop rushing her. She had a clothing line, a makeup line. She's just defending her, and she's like, and you know it's going to be the best damn album you ever heard in your life. Just wait.
You know who I need an album from? Lorde. I need a new album from Lorde.
She put one out in, 2016?
Yeah.
Melodrama. Maybe 2017.
It was a while ago.
It was a long time ago, and it was kind of a small album. Mm-hmm. Still good.
Which, Pure Heroine, her first album,
never gets old. Never gets old.
Never gets old. I love it. And I don't know why I've never looked up the deluxe version. I just was
deluxe version's bomb.
Oh my god! I was
got a couple gems.
Like, I have more songs I can listen to from Lorde. Mm-hmm. From when she was like 16, but still, sign me the fuck up.
Good for her.
I know.
She's probably working on it.
Oh. I would hope so. Who knows what she's up to? Just a cool gal. I'd like to be gal pals with Lorde.
Do you think she's gay?
I don't know.
I've never seen her with a boo.
I think not, though. There was that moment in that one song where everyone was like
dancing, the girl that I love.
She's like stroking her cheek, and you were like, oh.
Is she gay? And she's like, it's me.
And then she was like, but all a stranger would see is one girl swaying alone. And I was like, damn it!
She loves herself.
Damn, she loves herself.
Damn, I actually really like these.
Right?
Fun. See, the thing is,
that'll be $50.
Yeah, I'm not taking them, but we've been roasting these shoes, cooking them for like a year, being like, who the fuck is rolling around with those cinder blocks on their feet?
They've been sitting down here for a minute.
Yeah, you gotta bring them back up. But then she found these ones online. They're not like a name brand or anything, and she's like, I'll give them a try. They're pretty cheap because like the real ones.
Yeah, I wanted a thick shoe, but like not all the way thick.
Mm-hmm. And they're just the right amount. Like, they're not
comfy.
obnoxious.
It's like walking on air.
They're comfy. Yeah. When I walked down the stairs, I was like, got a little bit of pep in my step. That could have been because I just pooped. Feeling a little lighter.
That does it.
It does it. Lost a couple pounds.
Woo, woo, woo!
Woo! It was a good poop.
It sounded
You
good.
heard it?
Yeah.
You put the mic
I put the mic up to the vent.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Bloop. Well, to be fair, I said bloop first.
Well, to be fair.
I need a new RuPaul season.
I know. Watch. See, you say that now, and then they'll pump out 3 at you. You'll be like, I can't eat them all.
I made that quiz where you get your friends to, like, see if they know you. And I felt bad because I made Hubert take it.
I got 8 out of 10.
I felt bad because the favorite TV show question, I literally put all my favorites.
That's hard. I saw them, I was like, what the fuck do I pick?
Yeah.
It was Grey's Anatomy.
It was Grey's Anatomy. Which
is it, though?
It holds a special place in my heart.
It'll be an always favorite, but what's your current favorite?
My current? AJ and the
I knew it.
No. I don't know. It's tough because I've been, like, rewatching Friends and, like, I like little shows here and there. Mm-hmm. Like, cute I like shows? Those little, like, one season, like, Powers where you want a second season, but it takes.
Yeah.
No, Grace is my all-time favorite. RuPaul is definitely up there, though. That's what Hubert took it, and he's like, every time I come over, you're watching Friends, but you only ever talk about RuPaul's Drag Race.
It's because we've already dissected Friends years ago. Like, I already ingested that.
Yeah, like, I watched that for comfort.
Front and back.
The thing is, if I watch Grey's again, it succumbs me.
That's a lot of seasons, too. Like, Grey's is fucked. You gotta stop.
She's
Pump
not
the brakes.
going to. One of the main characters who's been there since season 1 is leaving the show, too.
Who?
Alex. Yeah.
The hot one?
Yeah.
Damn.
Chambers.
Like, leaving? Like, he was like, I'm done?
Yeah, like, he's...
Probably.
Like, I think they were, like, time to renew your contract, and they didn't renew.
You probably get so sick of playing the same person over and over again, especially as an actor.
Well, character growth. Like, he's changed so much.
Yeah, but, like, after what, 13, 14 seasons? What are they on, 16?
Like 15? I don't...
Like, you're like, what's there left to do?
Man, there's a ton.
They need new characters. Bring in a new rotation.
They have been, though. Because that's the thing, you keep bringing in new interns. And they just keep coming.
I liked it in the beginning. I watch it every now and then. It's just like, I can only watch a few episodes, and then I'm like, put it away.
Put it away.
Put that away.
I can't.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help
got
me. Well, I don't really have anything else to say.
Yeah, I'm down to pack it up.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. We just kind of gossiped.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen... Like, we
We've
just
been kicking.
We just chatted. Oh, y'all are still here?
Oh, y'all here?
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you for listening.
Yeah, this has been, nonsense. And it really was today.
It was today.
It really was.
We didn't talk about shit.
We didn't talk about jack shit, honey.
We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.